All right. We are going to be looking at Julia and Julie. This will be mostly for Julie. Julie is new with us at Lucky Punch. She's learning how to spar. Julie had some really good stuff coming in. Originally from Title in Watertown. I have to say, Title in Watertown really produces some really good and technically proficient boxers. So I love that. If you go there, trainer Sean Lally is a great guy, and just great work over there at Title Watertown. Anyway, what we're going to be looking at is Julie, and oh, you'll get confused as much as I do here. So our main goal is to watch Julie and yeah, Julie, and to give pointers, tips, and what we do here for film studies. All right, so let us take a look. This here in the white headgear, white gloves is Julie. In the silver snakeskin boxing gloves, black headgear is Julia. So I'm just gonna make this big. I'm gonna turn down the sound, and I'll keep a little sound. And let's get right to it. So right away, again, Julie, I think, has done maybe like a handful of sparring classes with us. And already that head movement that's just gorgeous head movement. Right out of the gate, won't, right there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's watch that again. So rather than just walk and throw punch, it's just head movement, biding time, just really good stuff. And hand is in the right position to deal with Julia's jab. Now we'll back up because, again, the other thing too, it's supposed to be just predominantly about Julie. Julia is one of my favorite. I love how Julia moves. Watch what, it's right there. Hands are down, all of a sudden into a binoculars guard, into a type of high horns package. Right there. Hands can drop again. Works the jab, works the cross. Little stance switch again. Beautiful defense. And I like, look at this position. I mean, this is just, look what that right hand is, where the guard is. Just beautiful positioning from both. All right, so let's go back to paying attention to Julie. Now, what I would like to see here, I don't mind this. Nice slip. What I would have liked to have seen is a little bit more use of the lead hand to occupy some space and to buy yourself a little time, Julie. So if you watch what happens here, like right here, there's the jab, there's another jab. Now here, more jabs, or stir the pot, or feints. Something beautiful, beautiful slip. You gotta watch that again. Holy shit, that was a great slip. All right, and normally I don't. I've been doing this a lot lately. I gotta see that in slow mo. Whatever, come on. Wee. I just gotta see that in slow mo because it's just such a great slip. And look at. By the way, the Julia move. Watch Julie throws the cross. Ah, beautiful slip. And what I like too, here's the bad thing is this hand is down. It could have been, you could have turned this into a cross to her belly. I don't remember what drill we were doing here. So I'm sure that probably wasn't allowed. This is just for your own edification going forward. That as that slip to the outside, slip to the left, you could throw that cross to the belly. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous thing. And I just want to see something else here. If you watch Julia's feet, so a lot of people bring, we call it the rhythm step. They bring that front foot to the back foot, and that means and then they're ready to work. We've all seen the rhythm step. Front foot to the back foot, front foot to the back foot. It's annoying. If you watch what Julia does here, she's still keeping a bounce, but she's not letting the feet come together. What that means is that Julia is ready to work every second that she's moving. She's got her bounce. She can all of a sudden bounce, double bounce back. She can bounce pivot. There's so much that she can do. So if you watch what she does with the feet here, she's got the bounce. But notice this foot doesn't come back to that. Woo! That's just beautiful. Now, here's a big problem that we all have. When we work, we slip, we come right back to the center, and we're like, dude, did you see that slip? It was awesome. So what we need to do here, after a slip, we got to come back either. My preference, you slip, you come back with a wedge block or check your timing or something. You got to come back with something with the hands. You can't just come back in either just have the hands in a guard. It's got to be active. It's got to be something active, because what happens is you slip and you come back into punches. I'm just going to go back to regular speed. All right, so let's go regular speed and let's go back again. And another thing too is in those freeze moments. We call those at Lucky Punch. We call that the Michelle Egan. Michelle Egan's a fighter out of Boston Boxing. She has this thing. It's a serial killer moment where, you're moving around. All of a sudden, she stops and she just sort of starts to sink. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? And it buys you some time. And we all need time. We need those seconds to be able to see, think, decide what's going to happen next. It's just, I love that. It's one of my favorite positions. So let's watch again. Let me go back a little bit further because I like that Julie does that. Beautiful slip. Boom. So, Julie, what's happening is you're not wrong by keeping the hands in that nice guard. And if everyone noticed, watch her exit. Bad hand positions, but around the ring exit. And then right into some offense. Just very nicely done. Let's watch that again. So she gets hit here because she comes back off of that beautiful slip, doesn't have an active guard, and gets hit. And then a little bit of almost a da-da-da to around the ring. What I would have liked to have seen there is either a wider circle, or as you're doing that around the ring move, you've got that lead hand sort of in a snake charmer. So that lead hand to occupy right here, where the lead hand is out and occupying that space. And now I like that you monitor that offense. What's happening too, because you're keeping both hands out, Julia's going to punch the hands. Then you're going to hit yourself. So it's either, and you're not wrong with this type of guard. It's a bad guard in that your hands are out and they're not. You're open for hooks. You're open for pressure here, for then your hands to hit you. You can have the hands on the head, in a high horns, but they got to stay on the head. Or you can have one hand on the head, which we call a unicorn guard. You can have either the lead, depending on what's happening, either the lead hand or the rear hand on the head. If you have your lead hand on your head, you're making her cross less desirable. And that hand's in the way to land any clean sort of punches. So a unicorn guard there is good, and it sets up for your cross to go as well. And again, I know I'm throwing out a lot of sort of Lucky Punch terms, and we'll go over these as we go through your sparring. I would have liked to see the lead hand occupy space. I like that. And again, rather than going straight back, take one step back and then do this again. This. So ready? Boop, boop. Now do this again. And you know what? You set it up going to the left. So, again, Chuli, you've got you're doing the right things. The timing is a bit off, but I would much prefer you do it after than not do it at all. So I just, again, I'm just very impressed with how you're just catching on to things. Oh, okay. So again, I know it's supposed to be about Julia, but watch Julia's pull right there. Watch that pull. Whoa. Oh, that's so good. It's so good. Let's watch it one more time. Oh, and then what does she throw? She puts out. It's a different punch, not designed to hurt. It's a different look. It's a confusing punch to throw because what everyone would throw out of that, you throw your jab, you're moving to the left. Julia decides to throw the two, and again, and not to not every fucking punch has to be to knock someone out. It's just so smart. Whoa. Blip. It's just so smart. And look at the stalking. She comes in, hands down, one guard, two guard. I think there were three guards. So here. So we'll call this a position rather than a guard. That hand was just down. Here we go. One, two, three. Three guards. I'm getting my stopwatch. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Paul. So this, anyway, it's just, all right, hold on. Let's get my stopwatch because I'll start it with the one guard. There's one, two, three. 3 seconds. 3 seconds, three guards. That's the Doberman. Oh, Cal's home. Hold on. Hi, Cal.
Hello.
All right. So we had three guards or three positions within 3 seconds. I mean, that's just good stuff. All right, we'll continue. Look, and I love a nice little chicken wing. Nice. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's see that again. Look at that. I mean, we all are. Slipping right is always the safest, and I just love that, Julie. You've got that great slip to the outside, that slip left, and I think. Hold on. I think you do a punch with it. Oh, you did. Which is what we said earlier, and I'm like, oh, you should have thrown a punch with it. Oh, I know, Ziggy. Hold on, I gotta kiss my dog. He's a good boy. You're a good boy. All right, let's do that again. Great, just great. Absolutely great. And also, what I like that Julie is doing is Julie is just tapping the glove. Just tapping the glove. Right there. Tapping the glove, tapping the glove. And then just great work. See, and Julie, see how you're leaving the hands? Just they're too far out. They're too far. That's a good position. This isn't where the feet are. This is okay. But then they go out. And okay. And if we watch Julia here, so we chase her down. And I don't know if you guys noticed the little swoop with the lead hand. Let's see that again. That was super subtle. Super subtle. Trish, what are you doing? That's so subtle. That's so nasty. Here we go. That's so dirty. Look at that. Bleep. One more time. That's so good. Just super subtle, relaxed. Boom. And notice, so Julie is on the move, la la la, and then the freeze moment. We're on the attack. We're on the little defensive shuffle. Up. Guard changes. Guard changes. Look at that. Look at that. And right into a nice jab. Lead hand low. Lands the two. Just excellent, excellent stuff. Do it yourself knee relief. All right. All right. So just really great stuff. So what are we looking at? A minute and 10 seconds. We'll see how long. It's interesting to me how long a film study can be with a minute and 10 seconds worth of film. So Julia, just awesome work, just really awesome work, and great partner work too. And Julie, really good. I got to change that. Julia and Julia. That should be Julia and Julie. Julie, just really great work. Like you're on to something, and I like how and where you're developing, and how your development is going. It's just very, very, very good stuff. Just great work. All right. In closing, excellent work. Again, Todd Paris with Lucky Punch Boxing. If anyone wants a film study made for you for a drill like this, shadow boxing, bag work, partner work, sparring, or fights, let me know. We'll make you a film study. Excellent job, ladies. And guys, thanks for watching.